Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Steve Reapers and WWE Town Nation.
We're taking over the world.
And that's just two.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality.
It's a new era here for the WWE, and it will also be considered a new era for Pro Wrestling Weekly. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Steve, also known as Steve the Reaper. Follow me on Twitter, which will be in the link in the description down below. And welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly. Welcome to the beginning of August. I apologize for the little hiatus, just lack of motivation, honestly. And it sucks. It truly sucks. But if you guys have been following the channel a little bit, you would have seen that I did upload a couple of videos for WWE 2K17. Just want to plug that a little bit. And also, real quick, I'm still in the works of doing this right now. I haven't heard anything back yet. But if you are watching this on InnerWrestlingNerd.com, then you are in a pretty good spot. Inner Wrestling Nerd is I don't want to say sponsored because they're not sponsoring, but they are a great group of people that have allowed us to put the podcast on their website for many people to listen to. So on behalf of the PWW Wolfpack, we are very appreciative of that. So enough of me blabbing around. Allow me to introduce the Wolfpack. We have Haydn Fox.
Hello everyone, good to be back.
And we have Josh the King Morel.
When is that ever going to get old?
I don't think it's ever going to get old.
It won't.
This is my gimmick now.
It's your gimmick.
Hi.
Ever since you put in Jerry Lawler's theme.
Oh yes. I was gonna say like that, you're revealing the inside of our business. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. Don't kill
You've
it.
broken it, you bastard.
Oh man. Kayfabe is always meant to be broken. So,
Wasn't in the 80s, went in the good times.
take me.
And Hulk Hogan was running wild on you.
That's a little suggestive, Josh.
Well, I don't know.
Nothing like
It was figurative.
figures.
Leave me alone. Yes.
Oh wait, no, we can't mention Hulk Hogan because he's banished.
Fuck it. I did it anyway. I'm not PG. Fuck PG.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Ooh, this is true. We are true heels. Ha ha ha. Inside jokes for days. Anyway, so as I said at the beginning, a new era has been launched in the WWE. If you guys have been watching Raw and SmackDown for the past couple of weeks, if you haven't, then just what are you doing? Brand split happened, people got drafted to Raw, people got drafted to SmackDown, new stages, thank God, new ropes, thank God, and very different, unique aspects in a sense for each brand. So we're going to be talking about that today, as well as NXT, the Cruiserweight Classic. God, love talking about the Cruiserweight Classic. And, like, SummerSlam so far. We'll only be diving into some of the confirmed matches and just give our insights a little bit. So, we have a pretty jam-packed podcast for you guys. We'll probably not overextend it too long. We're going to be sticking to that hour and a half time frame that we introduced. Not like that almost near 3-hour podcast that we did.
Wow, yeah. That was a work.
That was... Jeez.
It's just me. I have an influence on every podcast that I'm on. And it seems to go from like a time frame to like double the time frame. I always seem to do it.
That was just a one-time thing, though, and, like, to be honest, I didn't mind it, but looking back at it now, it's like, how did we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the most we can go really for like special events like SummerSlam is probably about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
I feel sorry for anyone.
Have I revealed our plans already? No, I haven't, have I? Well, in the works, not confirmed.
Right. So, a new era. So, brand split happened, as I said, sorry. The Raw commissioner is Stephanie McMahon, and the general manager is got ahead of myself. Mick Foley. Have a nice day. Bang bang. And then for SmackDown Live, I don't know why it's called SmackDown Live, just call it SmackDown, people. Shane McMahon is the commissioner, and Daniel Bryan, yes, thank God he's back as the general manager. And also the Cruiserweight Classic commentator along with Mauro Ranallo, but we'll get into that later on in the podcast. So, I'll start off first. I feel like the brand split was much needed. They needed to shake up the product in some way, shape, or form, and I feel like it has a little bit, especially in the first week of the new Raw and the new SmackDown. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Let's make SmackDown great again.
Hashtag let's make SmackDown great.
Was it ever great?
Ooh. You can
Well,
argue,
in 99 to 2003. 2005. Let's say.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that statement is true. Maybe.
we'll get a trend.
But no, new era, same old shit.
Now, and did you have anything to add on to that before I went to my spiel?
No.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, they introduced some new stuff. For Raw, they reintroduced squash matches only for Braun Strowman and Nia Jax. They introduced...
This pisses me off.
Well, for Nia Jax...
They might as well just rename it WWF. They might just do that. Like, because that's what happened back in the 80s. Squash matches were almost WWF Superstars episode number X. You know, we might as well rename it WWE Superstars, like the current bloody program now. Just replace Raw and put Superstars for 3 hours. I prefer that because I switched over from Superstars to Raw from Raw to Superstars this week. So, and it was much better because it had highlights of Sasha Banks versus Charlotte.
All right.
Okay.
And no fucking sexy looks and Sasha Banks and fucking Enzo and fucking Rathead Amore.
I
So.
will admit that segment with Enzo and Sasha was a little awkward. It's like, what are you guys doing? Raw were just weird.
Live sex celebration, why don't you?
No, Josh, no, because one cannot do that unless you are Edge and Lita.
No. If the girl's hot, why not?
That is true.
It's got a point.
Exactly.
Gotta put a bad image in my head. Let's talk about Raw a little bit, okay? Finn freaking Balor got drafted to Raw. He is now on the main roster. He is going to be facing Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the WWE Universal Championship. Not a big fan of the name, but it is okay. Because it's Finn Balor versus Rollins for a title. World title.
It could have been worse.
Could be worse.
Yeah. It could have been the Galaxy title.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
But mind you, well, considering we're in the US anyway, not here, but in the US, Raw has been obviously commissioned, not obviously by USA, but by NBC Universal. So could they use the Universal music for the title screen? That needs to be confirmed. That would be the only thing that will make the title great again. Oh, great. First time. Every time. Da, 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 da. And then the title just swings in from the globe. Oh, I need to book this shit.
Hire the Wolfpack for booking.
No,
Yes.
just me.
Oh.
Just me.
Oh,
You can be the SmackDown writers.
Yes.
Because they need good writers.
Make SmackDown great again.
So,
Hey, now
Good.
SmackDown,
Yes.
now Lockdown.
good. Would beat your ass.
Ooh.
well, you did this week, in my opinion. Last week you didn't. If you were in charge. But yeah. AJ Styles, man.
AJ
He's the best fucking talker in the fucking company. And he went from shit in TNA to fucking. Did they give him promo lessons?
Or maybe
Jesus.
It went from crap to phenomenal. No pun intended.
Speaking of
Yes.
styles, I'm wearing my Black Phenomenal 1 t-shirt, so it's kind of fitting we're doing Pro Wrestling Weekly right now and talking about AJ Styles. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because he's the best fucking wrestler in the company, in IMO.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
Yes.
Styles battle.
And I got screwed over. 'Cause I was supposed to see him in September, and they fucking removed him because it was an all Raw show now, which is bollocks. I can see Finn Balor though, but I've seen him in face paint, so it's not going to be as good.
And
So-
Takeover London.
Yes, the Mac Relic card, which we'll probably get to. I don't know if we're going to talk about, but obviously the NXT edition, because we talked about it in the episode that never is going to come out because you didn't edit it. Insider information.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be no. Well, we can talk about the NXT edition. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later because I want to talk about more about AJ Styles.
Oh, for sure. What?
Yeah, that his mum here. That actually, I would like to. I'm probably going right now. Well, actually, I'm getting cut tomorrow, but that's a totally different story. But yeah, and his styles clash. It breaks people's necks. How fun's that?
Yep.
Oh,
Best thing if he
Yeah,
gets to
AJ
beat up
Styles.
John Cena.
exactly. Hashtag beat up John Cena is the best hashtag in the world.
Yep.
I agree.
So,
100%.
and I agree with that 120 million%.
There we go.
Who wouldn't love to do it?
So much hype.
Exactly.
Right now, Jesus.
We might as well talk about the rest of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
One of the biggest moments in fucking 5 years, in my opinion. Sasha Banks winning the Women's Championship.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should have been.
And she's only finally just after nearly after a full week and a bit, finally gets her own title plates, which obviously normally when you haven't got title plates on your belt the first week, you normally lose it the first month. So I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte's champion again.
I hope not.
I hope not, but WWE likes to fuck WWE, right?
Hot potato with the title.
New era, same old shit. That's the same thing I'm going to say every single week when everything goes wrong. Everything goes down the toilet and the brand split was a bad idea.
That's a new catchphrase of PWW. Took it.
Yeah. And I created it, bitches.
Awesome trademark.
Well, I ain't paying for that shit. Anyway.
So let's go by this week by week. For the first week of the new era, Raw and SmackDown, in my opinion, in that first week, Raw won. That
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
simply because Balor beat Reigns in the main event to become the number one contender to face Rollins at SummerSlam for the Universal title. That was very smart.
Yeah, it was.
And I can't really think of anything that stands out to me for SmackDown for that week.
Maybe the fact that both Figure won the number one contendership.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah. That one, that was also long overdue. Like I don't know why they just now decided to do stuff with them.
This should happen in 2014, not 2016. I don't know. In the SummerSlam predictions, I probably got Dean winning because Ziggler would be champion anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hope they prove us wrong, but you know, yeah.
Now for this week, who do you guys think won? Because Raw was okay, but nothing really stuck out to me. But last night on SmackDown, I feel like promo-wise, it took the cake.
Yeah, SmackDown.
Oh yeah, SmackDown by far.
And
Yeah.
I liked how they introduced Bray Wyatt into the world title picture once again by using Ziggler for the #1 contendership spot.
I enjoyed that.
I hope he does get the belt, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's also somebody that has been long overdue. Wyatt has the potential to become a main eventer for the world title.
Yeah, he does, definitely.
But the only thing is, he's still got his bum buddy boy, bloody Eric Rowan, still is on SmackDown. So it's not going to be. It's probably still going to be a dirty win, but you know, it's not going to be a clean win.
Heels will be heels.
Gotta get that clean win to be believable.
That's true.
Hmm.
Speaking of heels, I think, well, no pun intended, I think we were on the heels of a Dolph Ziggler turn last night. It's just a new attitude that he's bringing to separate himself from being the next Shawn Michaels.
Well, I hope it's a heel turn. Because he cannot be a babyface.
No,
Like, we've established this now. He's been a babyface for nearly almost 3 years, non-stop. And where's he got him? Nowhere.
Yeah.
No, he has gone somewhere. He got into a feud with Rusev and Summer Rae with Lana as his...
Oh, don't remind me about that shit. That was the... I was that close to cancelling Sky Sports and cancelling my network and not watching wrestling ever again. This wouldn't have been happening if that angle kept on longer.
That was just stupid. I'm sorry, that was dumb.
Did you have to mention that?
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I wanted to...
Exactly. Hashtag heel Steve.
Yeah. No,
actually, no. No, you're the definite white meat babyface.
Thanks.
Yeah. the only well, Haydn is a heel, but he isn't a good one.
Too cool to
Bitch. I'll prove you wrong.
Oh, saucy language, I like it. Fighting talk, that's what I call it. I don't call it swearing, I call it fighting talk.
Exactly.
Yeah, bastard. Anyway.
We'll
confirm who's heel and who's babyface in another episode.
Right. Let's get our overall thoughts into the new era. Is this something that benefits the product? Is this something that's going to very much benefit?
It's going to be shit. It's going to affect nothing. It's going to go back to the way it was in 2004 when Triple H fucking reign of terror, and it's going to be the Roman Reigns reign of terror.
Oh God.
So, the Universal Champion Roman Reigns after SummerSlam, I wouldn't doubt that. The Universal and US Champion Roman Reigns!
Let's talk about Roman Reigns for a second. He is now being interjected into the US title picture.
He needs to stay there.
Yeah.
Hopefully his punishment lasts 5 ever.
But here's my problem. That's not really a punishment. He's still getting a title opportunity.
Yeah, that one might.
It's still mid-card. Still mid-card. It's not world belt.
I know, but it's still a title opportunity. Like,
make US title great again.
And knowing WWE, they'll make Reigns win it.
Yeah, of course. Because they'll have that shot of Lana going, no, in a wedding dress.
Yeah, but so in theory, he still has a belt around his waist for still what he did. He shouldn't have it.
Yeah, I know, but you know WWE thinks his banana gets hard every time he sees Roman Reigns. So, you know.
Speaking of the wellness policy violation, we'll get into SummerSlam later in the podcast, but let's talk about Lesnar for a quick second. He, for some reason, failed UFC's wellness policy, or USDA, or whatever, and WWE...
USADA.
Okay, thank you. And the WWE are not taking action because apparently in the wellness policy, which I had no idea, doesn't...
Part-time!
It doesn't affect part-timers, which to me doesn't really make any sense, but I digress.
That means John Cena's going to try and do more movies so I can get more juiced, basically.
No.
Yeah.
And Roman Reigns is going to try and get a part-time deal because then he can get juiced. And Vince will probably definitely accept it.
Jeez. Imagine that.
Because obviously, as I had previously mentioned, Hughes Banana gets hard for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, imagine that, though. Roman Reigns requesting a part-time contract.
That'd be a very enjoyable experience for us all.
I hope he gets drafted to main event. Then I won't have to watch it. Because it's not on the network, and it is on the network, but it's delayed, like 2 weeks. But, yeah. So I'm probably putting this stamp of time, but now Bobby Roode's in the ring on NXT and he's turning heel, and it's fun, and I'm listening to Muted, and it's funny just him moving around in that ring. Mind you, this is going out after NXT, yeah, so it's probably no trouble. But yeah, it's stupid that WWE has not taken action, because the USADA, even though he's younger than the wellness policy sort of line, like how long it's been active, the USADA just don't give a fuck. Like they definitely not, like, just when people get far away from you know about it instantly. Not with WWE. You don't find out instantly. They know about 3 days before.
Right.
So that's why I like, if WWE can adopt the USADA policy, sort of like work it into theirs, like to make it better, then, and involve all employees, not just part timers.
Right.
Then I think it would be a world-renowned system. Everyone, including NFL and UFC and all that, because the USADA has taken stuff from WWE's wellness policy and vice versa, but it's just they need to be infused together to, make a better one.
Right. But here's what I find kind of strange, though. Lesnar got tested at least 25 times. Why did it just pop up?
Because Dana White approved it because he wants to make big money on his pay-per-view.
Yeah.
On his UFC 200. Like, that's obvious.
That's true.
Even though sometimes it's,
Right. Speaking of UFC, apparently WWE bought UFC.
I don't think so.
I read that, them and another, I don't know, maybe a partner with WWE bought the UFC.
Are you on about, like, the WWE IMG thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Kinda crazy. Welcome back, Punk.
I hope he doesn't come back, to be honest, because he'll be bloody miserable.
That's true. He would be.
Want him happy, and I want to see his wife on TV. His wife is so fucking hot. CM Punk's blocked me on Twitter already for no fucking reason, so I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Fair enough.
Fair dues.
So, let's move on to NXT. So obviously right now Bobby Roode is making his debut on NXT finally, which is pretty cool.
He's just finished. Just finished for me.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the main thing, in my opinion. Samoa Joe versus Nakamura for the NXT title at TakeOver Brooklyn 2.
Yes.
That's going to be an interesting one.
It will be. I'm looking forward
Yes,
to it.
indeedy. Yeah, I think it could be match of the year 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joe can go obviously.
Right.
Like Nakamura obviously has shown over the months he's been on NXT. He's amazing, and obviously his New Japan works far better to be honest. But you know, he's just I know in my heart they can have a great match.
Oh, without
So and it's on NXT, it's not on the main roster, so I have more faith in it than I would on the main roster. So
I think they definitely have the potential to pull out the match of the night at NXT TakeOver.
oh definitely. Like there's two match of the night contenders, Bailey and Asuka, and Nakamura and Joe. Definitely.
Guess we shall.
Match of the year. Match of the year, let alone match of the night.
That's going to be a hard one to vote for then, because then you have Nakamura and Zayn, and then the potential Joe versus Nakamura. So,
Well, the NXT awards are going to get a bit feisty
just a little
with
bit.
picks. At least it won't be rigged like the Slammy Awards.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's actually fan voted and not just rigged up with Wazoo, because I'm pretty sure nobody voted for the Usos, no offense, but come on.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I was going to say, what are you doing, man?
No. I may have done a pin vote, but maybe with my... Actually, the app's... You shouldn't really vote on the app, because the app is shit.
No, I didn't.
Because it's... I pick, say, there's a list. Best wrestler in the world. Roman Reigns, Steve Austin, and Nakamura. I pick Nakamura, and it picks Roman Reigns for me. Shit.
Does it really? Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, used to. I know it did. When the network first launched, it was crap.
Yeah.
The app
it
still
was.
is, to be honest. On the iPad, it's crap.
Dang it, Vince.
But
It is on Android tablets too.
oh yeah, I've used the Android version as well. It's absolutely that's more dog shit. I'll tell you that. Then fix your network, Vince. Fix your network apps and make them better looking and better usefulness.
TNA off.
Otherwise, people will those 1.5 million will disappear
Quickly.
in a flash. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah, NXT.
NXT.
Yeah.
So, while we talk about NXT, I think it's fair to mention the NXT edition. Now, if you guys haven't seen either of our YouTubes or either of us posting on Twitter, what are you doing? Just kidding, but seriously, kidding again. A new special edition for WWE 2K17 has been released. Now, I don't know if there's still copies out, because the grapevine said that it was limited.
Yeah, there isn't many copies available.
Nice.
My game store, I went in there today and they've still got a few. Got about 5 or 6. At
Yeah,
least.
there isn't any left though.
Of each console. By the way. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, mine only has 2, so full both.
Yeah, I think with game, I think they were only allowed 10 per console per store. So basically, they only have 20 copies each, and that's how it's distributed here, I think. And then some stores might not have it as well. But best place for me really to order is online if you're in the UK and you want an NXT edition, because one, you don't have to pay anything up front. $79.99 in the UK. Americans have to pay more. And you know, it's like, yeah, you have to put your card details in and everything, like you should, because obviously, what the fuck do you think you're doing if you're like, oh no, I can't pay for this shit. I want to pre-order it though for free, nothing. No, you have to put your card details first. But yeah, I prefer pre-ordering it online, the special editions. But that's up to people. But I definitely got mine in day one. I literally got up at 6 a.m. on Friday, on the day the day that they were supposed to come out, and then I got mine.
Nice.
So.
Haydn,
Nice.
So and also I could get mine 2 to 3 days early. So, fuckers.
Yeah.
Because game shipped their things about 5 days before everyone else. So, yeah.
Nice. Haydn, did you pre-order your NXT edition?
I have.
Nice.
You?
Yeah, I actually did last week, I believe.
Nice.
You were slacking.
I was slacking. Josh and I were talking, and he's like, "So did you pre-order yet?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh,
I basically, literally said, "What the fuck are you doing?
That's what he said.
Get off your ass and fucking go to GameStop or whatever US shop sells it." I don't know, because I don't live there. Duh. So yeah, and he did. He listens to great advice.
Exactly.
No.
Getting that as a birthday present, so not too shabby. But for those of you that don't know what's included in the NXT edition pack, I'm going to read it off to you guys, just in case you haven't seen any NXT edition coverages. So, you get a premium packaging, so a nice little NXT thing, that, like, game case. You get the NXT Enhancement Pack, which will include playable NXT superstars Shinsuke Nakamura, Nia Jax, and Apollo Crews. You get 50% boost in points earned for a player's My Career Superstar while in NXT, so My Career confirmed there. You get a exclusive canvas-to-canvas lithograph designed by WWE artist Rob Schamberger and autographed by NXT superstar Shinsuke Nakamura. That alone is worth the price of the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get an exclusive 8-inch Demon Finn Balor collectible figure, also worth the price, all by itself.
Yes.
You get an exclusive Topps NXT TakeOver London Matte Relics card, featuring a piece of authentic ring canvas from the event, which is pretty cool.
You're there.
Let me correct you on that. If it's blue like it was in the picture, it's not authentic. It's not the actual canvas. If it's black, if it's the blackish, greyish canvas, then yes, it is authentic. But obviously, because I was there, because I'm not. But yeah.
Nice to hear about that. It will be one of the 14 featured superstars from the event, and one of 10 different rarity levels. I have no idea how Topps cards work, so don't ask what that means.
Neither do I. So I've not got Scooby.
And of course, with the standard WWE 2K17 pre-order bonus, you get the Goldberg pack, which you get 2 playable versions of the legendary WCW and WWE star Bill Goldberg, and playable WCW Monday Nitro and Halloween Havoc arenas. So that is.
I'm looking forward to Halloween Havoc.
Yeah.
How they do that, like, because Halloween Havoc is one of the best WCW pay-per-views of all time. So they need to do it well, or I will riot. Because obviously I paid this £80 for this NXT edition.
They better do Nakamura's entrance well, otherwise there'll be a lot of rioting.
Yeah, they've got to be. It's got to be mocap by himself.
Yes.
Like that is. Just, if it's not, then I won't refund it, obviously, because he probably will go down in value. Like on the day, it will literally go down to like £50, like retail value, like money back. And I'm like, no, I paid £80 for it. Fuck off! I want my extra £30. So yeah, but. You know, yeah, that is an issue of mine that I think could arise once we see Nakamura's entrance, and we should see it hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to cancel the pre-order because obviously this is probably one of the best special editions introduced for WWE 2K games. I
wouldn't say it's one of the best. In regards to like how much is in it, yes, the best. But I wouldn't say like DLC content wise, it's not the best.
Okay, I was gonna say it was better than the Hulkamania edition.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Cena edition for 2014.
That's what I was gonna mention. Yeah, I got that. Mind you, I threw the steel packaging away because I accidentally used it as a weapon for something for flies. So it's all bent and shit. So, mind you, I do get a lot of flies in the summer, so in winter, so in this area, so I had to use it quite frequently. So it's all bent and shit, so I can't really use it. But yeah, it came with an Undertaker DVD, which they haven't done since. It came with obviously the autograph, which I've still got somewhere. The game, the DLC, and obviously this tin bloody coffin. or casket as Americans call it. It's actually a coffin, but there you go. If people, the Undertakers in the UK get pissed off if you call it a fucking casket. So, but yeah, anyway, as Haydn said, I prefer the 2K14 in regards to DLC because obviously it was a return of the American Badass Undertaker. So, yeah.
Right on. So, we can all agree that we hope that Nakamura's entrance has been motion capped by the King of Strong Style. You know, I'm doing the Nakamura pose. So, come on.
I'm trying to find out. If I hear out, I'll let you know.
Sweet.
But I'm asking my 2K official that I work with, and I'm also asking Brian Williams from you. So if I hear out, I'll let you know.
Sweet. Don't let us down, 2K. Come on now.
Yeah, we've pre-ordered it. Like, we're showing our loyalty here. Like, by the way, 4 Horsewomen fucking better be in the game. Otherwise, I would definitely un-pre-order.
One would assume so, especially after.
Yeah, I know, but me and my friend who obviously isn't on YouTube and all that was, but now isn't. Basically, we said to each other, like, if the 4 Horsewomen, all of them, including Becky Lynch and all that shit, one of them isn't in the game, we're cancelling our pre-orders. And I went, yeah, I am. I will be. Because it's ridiculous. But yeah, obviously, I know there will be. But, yeah.
If Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss are in the game, I'll be satisfied. Because reasons.
Mind you, if they mocap Alexa Bliss's lovely jiggling round cakes at the back, let's say, yeah, I'll be happy.
Jiggle physics. God.
I'll be more than happy.
We're going down a road that nobody wishes to go down. Just kidding. We're guys, so suck it up, guys. So.
Ugh. What do you do in your spare time? Jesus.
Touche, my friend. Touche. So.
Make sure you wear a happy balloon when you party. Jesus.
Just keep it low key.
Exactly. Keep it on the DL, as kids say.
Oh, Jesus.
That Pokemon Go, what's that?
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Polls, as one presidential candidate would say. We're not getting into politics, because no.
No, we're not American, and we have a women prime minister, and we've had 2, so yeah, we've already tasted the fruit of a woman prime minister. Ha ha. Or president, as you. I'll try not to offend Americans. I'm trying to. Oh, fuck it, Yanks. There you go. I can only be honest.
Well, I'm not offended by that, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, well, you know, mind you, I would not want to be in a country longer than a week if it's run by Trump. So, you know. Anyway, wrestling.
Wrestling. What's that? I don't know. It's like a podcast we're doing or something.
Oh, yeah, well.
It's on something.
Something wrestling.
Yeah.
Related. Might be pro wrestling, might be college wrestling. No. Anyway.
Well, mind you, college wrestling's good on ESPN sometimes.
Yeah.
BT Sport ESPN.
True.
Or just ESPN in America.
That's true. But.
So.
Whatever. So, pro wrestling. That's what it is. So, moving on from NXT, let's talk about the Cruiserweight Classic.
Woo!
Yes.
Zack Sabre Jr. is the best man ever. Sad he can't sign immediately, but no, well, spoiler alert. So he possibly Ibushi's probably winning.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
We officially.
Mind you, I'm suspecting that the fight. I'm suspecting that the final, the four semi-finals and the final will be live. I'm suspecting that because they can't have the final taped. Surely.
No.
That'd be ridiculous.
It's Triple H running it, so.
Obviously, Kota Ibushi wins on a dirt sheet. It's just, yeah, ridiculous. But yeah, Cruiserweight Classic is fucking great. And Mauro Ranallo, is amazing.
Yes.
So is Daniel
He
Bryan.
is.
I wish, don't just take him out of this GM role and just put him on Cruiserweight Classic just forever. Like, continue the series on with new wrestlers and just, like, put Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. and Noam Dar and Shawn Maluta and all that on Raw. Just put them on Raw. You need to build a Cruiserweight division anyway, Cruiserweight Championship. Hopefully it doesn't look like the old Cruiserweight Championship, because that looked like shit.
Speaking of the Cruiserweight division, for Raw, where is that at? They've been hyping it up, but it's like...
Again, that's why I say Kota Ibushi's winning, because I'm saying like he's going to become the first man to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship. They'll get Neville, they'll get anyone who's a Cruiserweight who's not challenging for the world title, like Finn Balor. So Neville and Kota Ibushi can fight for the Cruiserweight Championship, and there you go. That's your Survivor Series main event. There you go. I'd definitely watch that.
Yeah.
Kota Ibushi is very impressive in the ring. I'm not gonna lie.
He's one of the best, isn't he?
Vince is gonna hate him though. He doesn't really speaks really broken English, so Vince hates that. So we're gonna have a challenge on our hands.
Vince can just he needs
Suck a dick.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Of course, Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., and Noam Dar.
Into the Pro Wrestling Weekly class of guys.
Yes. Can we make that a thing?
Well, I have now.
Yes. First.
So now the class of guys will now include Kota Ibushi, AJ Styles, I'm trying to think. Zack Sabre Jr., Noam Dar, Jack Gallagher, because he's going to be fucking amazing when he comes on next on the Cruiserweight Classic. It's Jack Gallagher, not Gallagher, fucking WWE. Fucking bastards. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. That's all I can think of in a minute.
Definitely not Roman Reigns.
No, you can stay far away from my boys list.
Let's add another one to the class. Nakamura.
Yes.
Yes.
The King Strong.
He's endorsed as my... We're going to have the Pro Wrestling Weekly boy draft, and I'm taking him. We're going to have a boys list, like one of my favorite podcasts ever, OSW Review. Well, they don't deserve... Well, they don't deserve a shout-out. Fuck it, why not? But they're probably more popular than us. But yeah. My boys list will be full of actually good wrestlers. Like Steve will have to draft Roman Reigns because
If he was the last person that I had to draft in order to make or break my roster, I would just disband my roster.
You fire him. Like you're gonna make him the Heath Slater of your roster.
Well, Heath Slater's actually good at what he does, so.
Ooh, Steve throwing shade, Jesus.
One man bam, baby.
Well, he's gonna face Rhino next week, so he's gonna be pronounced injured.
And
next week.
Even though Rhino is a state governor, I hope Heath Slater wins.
I hope he does. Send Rhino back to NXT where he belongs.
He can be considered.
I'd like to see Rhino. I like Rhino. What's wrong with ECW?
Nothing is wrong with ECW.
Exactly.
We all mark out for Paul Heyman.
Yeah, because I went to his one-man show and you guys didn't. I'm joking.
Well, I No,
You watched it on YouTube.
I did. I lived vicariously through the YouTube videos.
It's not as cool as being there though. Seeing that beautiful man perform on stage is a feat that you need to accomplish in your life. But unfortunately,
Can I ask you a question?
So, go on.
Was he off his head?
No,
Like
I wasn't
what?
pissed.
No, not like that, as in like drugs. Because apparently in Glasgow, he was literally like completely out of it on stage.
No, he seemed fine.
Okay. Strange.
While we're talking,
Maybe because it was Glasgow and it was more lively. Maybe he was more hyped up, or more maybe he was tired from the other tours.
Possible.
Yeah. It's knackering driving from London to Glasgow, no, to Manchester, then, day off, then to Glasgow, and then back to America, back to New York City in his office. So,
before we talk about SummerSlam, let me just wrap up and say Cruiserweight Classic, best thing to come out of this year, honestly.
I think best thing come out in the network in the whole 2 years it's been out.
I can agree.
Yeah.
That's not named WWF.
Well, let's talk about Paul Heyman's one-man show presented by Inside the Ropes. Gotta put in that plug. Gotta give credit where credit is due. He brought up an interesting conspiracy theory, the streak conspiracy, and the gist of it was only 4 people knew what happened on the night of WrestleMania 30. It was him, Vince, Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar. He proposed the idea that Lesnar defeating the streak was a shoot, basically. And
Of course it was.
do you think that's real?
Well, it's coming out of the mouth of someone who, one, was there, 2, is good friends with Brock, and obviously Vince sort of loves him now because he now manages or advocates for the biggest box office attraction in WWE at the moment. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, John Cena. It's just, actually, John Cena probably is comparable, but yeah, just. The only reason why I think it's a shoot because obviously normal people. I think it's a half work, half shoot. Half work because obviously Vince knew, but a shoot because everyone else didn't. And it's good that way. That's keeping kayfabe that everyone should do in the wrestling business, not just Timbuktu and Ring of Honor or something. I'm talking about everywhere. Ring of Honor, TNA, fuck TNA. That's probably the first time and last time I'll probably say that tonight. And what everyone should do is provide a little bit of a mysterious look on what they've just seen, and that's what they provided. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. Anyway, obviously, being there and experiencing those words are more obviously like than for a YouTube screen, so. Or TV screen if you watch YouTube on your television, whatever.
I gotta ask Haydn, what do you think?
I've gotta say, like, I kind of agree with Josh on it. Like a half work, half shoot kind of thing. But like you said, it's what needs to be done in the whole wrestling world and not just at that point. Because, well, yeah, it basically needs to be done, and it kind of, how do I describe it? Kind of, don't know how to describe it.
It's all good.
It gives a sense of story. The keeping kayfabe, well, is my tagline, and it actually it gives a story. That's why heels are not shouldn't interact with well, obviously that's been broken for ages now, but obviously since the curtain call, but that never happened. Babyfaces should not be interacting with heels like this up down shit. I know it's all good and everything, but it just just ruins storylines because you kind of have to take yourself out of the wrestling storyline in order to, you know, you can't think of them as characters anymore. They're just people, and sometimes the people behind the characters are not as good as their characters, but they portray the characters.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that was very shocking for Heyman to bring that up, and it's just one of those things that makes wrestling interesting, in my opinion.
When his contract was run out, by the way.
Yeah.
So, which we didn't know until, well, I sort of knew. Because he shot, well, obviously, I don't know if you've seen everything from that show, but he shot a lot on WWE that things probably, if he saw, would go ape. Whoever he advocates. So,
Just one of those
yeah.
things that make you wonder.
Yep.
I want to
You
know
know?
what our listeners think. So if you want to answer that question on Twitter, do you guys believe what Paul Heyman said was true about the streak ending? Tag our official Twitter account at PWW Wolfpack. I'll leave that in the description down below. We want to hear your thoughts. As always, we want that interaction going. So speaking of Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, let's talk about SummerSlam, which will be happening in 3 weeks. As I said,
It seems, well, 2 weeks from Sunday, but yeah.
Okay.
It seems further away than it actually is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
It
good
does.
thing or a bad thing, but, you know.
Right.
But SummerSlam, sponsored by KFC, diseased chicken.
Yeah, I've heard some.
Well, it's diseased over here, so,
Well, I've
you know.
heard some pretty not good things about KFC from somebody that I know that works there. Not going to mention any names, but
Yeah.
the way that they use their chicken, it's just no. I forgot.
No, yes.
Like they fry it and then they put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then
And KFC abused it used to abuse their chicken. I can't remember what the website was called, but when in school, when I was about 14, we was watching this video of KFC farmers chucking their chicken around, batting them on walls, chucking them in cages, all the shit, putting them in mincers and all that shit. Like that shit should be illegal. Well, it obviously is now, but like this shit, like, and WWE sponsors them, so WWE sponsors animal cruelty.
see, they're throwing shade at the WWF.
Oh yeah, well, WWF was better. Leave me alone.
Conspiracy theories for days. So,
They're WWE now, and they've been WWE for about 14 years. So, yeah, they did this. If they did this while they was in WWF, then I'd be more. There'd be more conspiracy. But now it's a little bit of conspiracy because WWE support animal cruelty. But that's one from KFC. And Cricket Wireless, which I don't know what the fuck that is. And I want that logo, fucking shrunk logo on the bloody promo video to go away. Because it looks like it's been edited by a 5-year-old. So, yeah.
man. So, SummerSlam. Let's not worry about the
Hey.
sponsors here. Let's talk about the one match that they've been promoting like crazy, Lesnar versus Orton. I am going to be honest, and I said this on Twitter, I do not care much for this match at all.
Are you sure about that?
Simply because Orton is just now returning, and Lesnar got a wellness violation from the USDA. I'm just, with all that happening, I'm not very excited about it. And
It's
Well,
like,
when you hang on.
it's like a dream match has just turned into a disaster.
yeah.
I think it's something that you won't be excited for until like a couple of days before. I think because as Haydn quite smartly said, may I add, because he's a smart man, obviously. So are you, Steve, but Haydn's a bit more smarter.
I believe it.
Anyway, smarter wrestling fan anyway. No, you're both smart anyway. I wouldn't be doing this if you're both dumb. Just no. What was I saying? Shit, I've forgotten. Leslie on.
Being excited closer to the event.
Yeah, it's something that I like. Wrestling fans are obviously going to poo-poo on because of the fact that obviously the USADA, this can't just be like Raw. Randy Orton runs in on Raw, Lesnar runs in on SmackDown. They touch a little bit and then go off. They need to have like proper speak. Like I don't think they should have touched until SummerSlam. To be honest, a great feud, no one touches until the match.
That's fair.
Some of them.
Yeah, I can see where you come from with that.
Yeah, like the Wyatt family and Shield, they've done that so well because no one touched until the Elimination Chamber. They touched on Raw, but they didn't touch themselves. They mighty bastards. They didn't wrestle each other. Let's clean it up for them people. Fuck it up. Why am I cleaning up anyway? They didn't wrestle until Elimination Chamber, and that's a good storyline because like they want to build up tension to want to kick each other's fucking teeth in.
Right.
You know, you want to feel like, oh, like he legitimately wants to kill him, like because Lesnar probably could kill because he is Lesnar, and he's a beast. He knocked out some. He won on points in UFC. Not many people can do that in the no people can do that in the WWE. Everyone would lose. So, yeah. I wish it was a slower build than this. Yeah. But obviously we've only got like 2 or 3 weeks till SummerSlam, so... but I was surprised that Lesnar was on SmackDown, though.
That was a nice surprise.
Yeah, I didn't think they would, especially because like he's a guy that does a certain dates and that's it. I thought WWE might have saved another date, but they didn't. So it was quite.
But in the process of them doing this, they fucked up a brand split.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When Randy came to Raw, that's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just frustrating the fact that, as I say, like, maybe Randy Orton convincingly beats, say, Fandango, for example, like he probably would have, and then gets on the stick and goes, yeah, I've just beat this person convincingly. This is an example of what you will experience at SummerSlam. It gets the job done. It doesn't get Randy talking on the mic for long because he's horrible at it. And yeah, and Lesnar or Paul Heyman can go into a longer promo battle, but then maybe they can have one final promo battle sanctioned by both of them on the network, say, maybe after Raw, maybe go on the network, like the first ever Raw and SmackDown interpromotional confrontation, and it would have been big. You know, and then Paul Heyman can go in a shouting match with Randy Orton, and then they can brawl or something, and then it builds up the match a little bit. You know, the way WWE put this is asinine, in my opinion.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. Lesnar's obviously going to go over. If Randy Orton goes over at SummerSlam, I'll be severely disappointed.
Put it this way, even if Lesnar's but to lose, I put this on Twitter, even if Lesnar's but to lose, it's Brock Lesnar. He does what he wants when he wants, and he'll win at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah, I reckon, well, maybe he should have one more title run, I think.
As long as he's not gone for 9 months.
Maybe a shorter reign, like 2 months. So he gains the belt. He comes in for promos every once in a while, defends it, wins. Comes in for promos in a while, defends it. Maybe he wins again from a not sort of clean finish, and then loses it on the 3rd pay-per-view. Obviously, requires him being on 3 pay-per-views in a row. But you know, that builds obviously prestige to the championship. It's been defended every month, like it should be. like the 30-day rule should mean something.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'll tell you, when Lesnar beat Cena, because I was very much anti-Cena in 2014, like, I was so happy that Lesnar got the title. But as he slowly stopped showing up for a good majority of events, and how they went 2 pay-per-views in a row without, or actually 3 pay-per-views in a row without him being there to defend the title, that it just devalued the whole entire thing.
That does grind my gears a little bit, but...
Yeah. There's one thing that came really good out of that, though, and that's a beating that Cena got.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah, that was joyous to my heart. That was mine. That was SummerSlam 2014. Everything else sucked. That was the best.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that reminds me of that Brie Bella Stephanie McMahon match at SummerSlam. Oh,
Nikki Bella heel turn.
that gives me neck pains. Jesus.
So anyways, Lesnar versus Orton. Josh, you think that Lesnar will go over?
Oh yeah.
And you said Orton?
Lesnar?
Oh, you're up in
Lesnar?
Okay, I will go with Lesnar as well. Let's see what else matches we're thinking. Oh yeah, Balor versus Rollins. How could I forget about that? For the Universal title. I'm torn. But I think Balor should win because he's, 35 years old? And we don't know how much more he has. And
I think he can go for another 10 or so years, but I don't think the amount of it shouldn't be how much the person could go. It should be how much the person has at that point in time. You know.
That's true.
So
I feel like they should push him now, though, because you're promoting this new era, right? And anybody that's seen NXT and seen Balor wrestle, they know how good he is. So for him to get a major title run as soon as he gets in, that will kind of build up the new era, build up Raw, and then they can do like either a rematch at Night of Champions, or they can put Reigns in the title picture. God, I hope not. But
Balor versus Lesnar will be a fucking instant classic.
that would be very
Yes.
Balor versus Nakamura on the main roster. That needs to happen at WrestleMania 33. For the Universal Championship, Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura in his debut WrestleMania match. How awesome would that be?
That would be pretty sweet.
And Nakamura can be even on SmackDown, make it into emotional. Nakamura could bring the Universal Championship to SmackDown. They have both belts. And then Nakamura could be instantly drafted to Raw because he's on NXT. The fact that if he wins the belt or not, if he wins the belt, he comes up to the main roster. If he doesn't win the belt, he goes back to NXT.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, I should be booking this shit.
Right?
Mm.
So we're getting kind of ahead of ourselves here with WrestleMania 33. We still have quite a few months away. But Balor versus Rollins, Universal title, who walks away as the first ever WWE Universal title?
I'm torn. I'm actually torn.
I think it's safe to say that we would be happy if either men walked out.
Yeah. As long as they put on a really good match, a good spectacle, I don't care.
Right.
Well, I'll make my prediction now. I want Balor to win, but I think Rollins is going to win.
That's probably likely.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say that, I really want to see Balor with a major title.
Oh, I hope he wins, definitely. Obviously, I've believed in Balor since he first came up in NXT. And before that, in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yes, because I do watch other things other than WWE, you smarks. He's a bit jarring, the fact that he's in the title picture the first big match he's in, which does piss me off a little bit, but it's Balor, so it almost corrects itself. But, you know, Balor's a special kind of thing, like, well, I think he shouldn't be wearing the demon paint at SummerSlam, to be honest. I think that should be just for Mania. But, yeah, he's going to come out in the demon paint, and Brooklyn's going to go mad because Brooklyn's a fucking big wrestling town. So, yeah. I think it'd be silly not to put it on Balor, to be honest.
Fair enough.
It's a new fresh face, and it's a new era. New era, same old shit. So, yeah, that's why I think Seth's going to win, because obviously my money goes new era, same old shit. He's probably going to come true. And by the way, they're not going to last.
Unfortunately.
That would be safe for Lesnar Orton.
Yeah. Hayden,
So-
do you have sort of I can't talk today. Sort of a final prediction?
I'll go Balor.
Oh man, I like both guys, but Rollins isn't my top 3 favorite wrestlers, so I will go with Rollins just because he's my favorite. But I hope Balor wins. So moving on. Oh, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
I was going to say, like, also, another prediction. Will the SummerSlam set change?
No, probably not.
Or what stage will it be, though? Will it be SummerSlam 2013 Raw? Or will it be sort of generic, but actually new SmackDown stage? Or will it be a mix of the two?
I can see it being sort of like the Raw stage. They bring back the old SummerSlam stage from like 2002, I think it was.
Oh, well, you talking about the round sort of C-shaped thing that was turned upside down, and then you had the S in the middle.
Yeah.
That's 2004. 2004, 2007.
Okay.
So yeah, I agree. I would want that stage back, and that stage actually is easy. It might be easier to put together than the Raw and SmackDown stage because it's only 2 parts. It's only 3 parts. You got the Titantron on top, and then you got the big C thing, and then you got the SummerSlam, which probably is going to have to be a star. So because SummerSlam's star shaped. Well, obviously a weird star, but there you go. But yeah, I hope there's there needs to be a custom stage for, like, I say Royal Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. The rest can be the brand specific pay-per-views. Could be just their stages, maybe tweak them a bit. But I'd like them to go all out on the Big 4, or self-proposed Big 4.
You can almost guarantee that Mania will be custom made as always.
Oh yeah, obviously that's like set in stone. But I'd say that the other 3, to make them feel more special, because WWE still class them as the Big 4. So, doesn't say they're the Big 4, but they are actually the Big 4.
Yeah.
So, that's just my opinion on the SummerSlam stage. But yeah, what else matches are there? Not very many.
So next match that has been confirmed is Ambrose versus Ziggler for the WWE World Title. That's what they called it, so don't yell at me, guys. I like that Ziggler is back in the title picture, but I find it very hard to believe that he's going to walk out as champ.
Yeah.
So, I like how they built it up a little bit last night on SmackDown. That was good.
Mhm.
But something tells me Ambrose is going to walk out.
Yeah, prediction-wise, I'm going with Ambrose.
Yeah, same.
Ambrose all around. And I'm going to be honest, like, I really, really like Ambrose as champion, so hopefully that's something that stays for a bit.
Now, the belt looks out of place, actually, now, because it says World Heavyweight Champion, and they're just calling it World Championship. and obviously Ambrose is sort of a heavyweight, but not a heavyweight, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Just about. So, that's just weird. Just weird now. These naming, obviously, Universal Championship. Make it sound like a kid's toy.
Yeah.
Mind you.
That's what they're doing.
Well, yeah, they're going to make the toy belt look almost exactly the same. Send kids to ask them, man, can I buy a $25 or £30 or $40 belt just to make it look like the real, so they can act it out like the real thing.
Right.
Obviously, you shouldn't try at home, kids. So obviously, well, mind you, this is my story. I was wrestling in my bed with some stuff things. Obviously, this was years ago when I was younger, and I almost separated my shoulder. So yeah, don't do it at home, please don't.
I've done it inside a ring. Don't do it at home.
Exactly. The Haydn's more experienced than I am. I'm only amateur and doing it in my home, and even that's dangerous. You doing it in that ring, obviously, well, I've only touched the ropes of a ring, I think once, but, you know, going on that hard wooden canvas is not an easy, it's not a king-size bed, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's not.
And it'll be a disservice to people that have worked in the business so many years for you to go and try it at home and hurt yourself and blame it on them, because it's not their fault, it's yours. So, that's my service announcement for people who want to try wrestling at home.
They do give you the warning, so don't blame us.
Not as often as they did back in the WWF. They used to do it every bloody hour in their programming. Now you don't even get it on Raw at all, like you used to. Jesus Christ! It's like they want people to get injured. I'm not assuming that, by the way. Before I get a lawsuit coming through my door, defamation of character. Yes, I know my legal jargon.
We're untouchable. Haha. Kidding, obviously.
Thugonomics. Waka waka wow. Well, is John Cena confirmed for SummerSlam? Oh yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, where? We can move on to that next then.
Yeah. So the other confirmed match is AJ Styles versus Cena. This one is the final chapter in the Styles Cena feud.
They didn't actually say that, so I don't expect it to be their final match.
Okay.
No.
Their final match will probably be a gimmick match, Backlash.
Okay. Well,
So,
Cena's
but I hope it. Well, they might even confirm it. They might confirm it to be the last match. I hope. Well, actually, I sort of hope not. To be honest, because what's Cena going to move on to next? The World Championship.
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, what would you rather?
That's fair. But
So yeah, AJ Styles winning. Duh.
Styles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Styles has to go over here. Cena needs to go over so that he can leave the roster for a couple of months to film his TV show and host other nomination shows. Like,
Yeah, do you know what? We don't get American Grit here. Have you ever watched it?
I've seen bits and pieces, and honestly, I feel like it's a good show. But
Right.
if that's the reason why Cena's going to win is to promote his show, that's stupid. He's gone mainstream already. He's on Good Morning America. He's hosted 2 award shows already. He does not need to win this to promote other stuff that he's doing.
WWE's my home. Bollocks.
That was,
Bollocks to that statement.
that was a good a promo by him last night, though.
Exactly. And that's why someone got mad about it in the wrestling business. I don't know who it was, but I think it was Daniel Bryan, yeah, because I heard it all on the dirt sheets. So don't quote me on that. Quote dirt sheets if you quote anything. Apparently Daniel Bryan was pissed off at John Cena's promo.
Really?
Yeah. It's on IW Nerd, I've seen it.
Oh,
Okay.
in a wrestling nerd. Nice plug for the In Wrestling Nerd. Go to their website right now.
And I actually just got a DM from the owners saying that we have permission to put this podcast on their website.
Oh, so good. So it's great timing.
Great timing.
Legends.
Wink, wink. Go on their website. Wink, wink. They have good articles. Wink.
They do.
They do.
Some of them featuring yours truly, covering 2K17 exclusively for them.
By the way, time out. This guy, Fabian Acknell on Cruiserweight Classic, must be on steroids. Are you watching it right now?
I am not watching it right now.
When you watch it, the Fabian Aichner versus Jack Gallagher match, he's on steroids. There you go. Brief interruption over.
So that's very interesting. Like, did they say why Daniel Bryan was mad?
No, well, it was a video and it was very vague. I think it was via Wrestle Talk TV. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mostly follow UK wrestling news because I can actually understand non-Yanks. Sorry. Actually, no, I understand Pro Wrestling Sheet. I listen to their podcast every week. So, I actually watch it on Dash. I actually listen to it on Dash Radio every Thursday. So,
Pretty cool.
even though it's not available in the UK, I can go around that. Bastards. Anyway,
While we're
we were talking about SummerSlam, and I think it was John Cena versus AJ Styles, and we just finished our predictions.
yes, let me say real
For that.
quick, though, before
Go on.
we put in our final predictions, even though I think it's obvious.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the What Culture article from today?
The WTF moments?
No, the one about the Bella Twins.
Yeah, that was WTF moments.
Oh, okay.
Or as King Ross would say, WTF moments from WWE Raw. I think it's a good impression.
Like, there's no need for them to say something about, like, athletes that try.
Yeah, but, you know, as being a British person myself, the humour that is portrayed in said What Culture videos, they don't need any promotion. I don't even know why they're saying that. I'm saying their name and the name of their show. They need to promote us. Yeah, please watch Culture, please.
Please.
But, you know, yeah, it is indecent, but I think people are taking it too far with it being serious, because obviously it's not. And people acting like it's serious. That's my point of view. No one gets it. It's basically that is basically English banter to us, but obviously the Americans unfortunately take it out of context and think it's an absolute sham. And obviously, yes, you shouldn't say it. You shouldn't really say it to people who try hard. You're right, but you know, take it with a grain of salt that it's actually meant. So.
Fair point. I just have to.
And that's your WTF coverage for WWE WTF. I don't know.
So, final predictions for Cena and Styles.
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 Okay. If Styles doesn't win, then WWE, you're just missing out.
I'm cancelling. I will have access to both of your accounts, and I'll cancel them for you. But I will have pride in cancelling my own account and both of your accounts, because I can.
Hang on a minute. Whose account am I using?
Oh well. Yeah. Kayfabe.
Kayfabe. He broke kayfabe.
Yeah, fuck you for breaking
Come
kayfabe.
on, Haydn.
How dare you? How dare you? Let's say, how dare you?
It's the unwritten rule, man.
You fiend. You
Hang on a
fiend.
minute.
Uh-oh.
Who broke it at the beginning of the show?
Oh, no.
Not me. It
Shoot.
was Steve.
I'm the kayfabe breaker? Is that going to have to be
Yes.
my new nickname? Steve
Yes.
Leeper, the kayfabe breaker?
Yes.
T-shirt.
Yes.
Yes. I am untouchable, bitches. You can't touch me. Literally. Well, Steve can't actually touch me because he's like halfway around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Haydn probably couldn't be bothered to touch me because he didn't want to travel up 16 million hours. So yeah. I am untouchable. Fight me.
So, getting back into SummerSlam, we can assume here that Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for the women's title is going to be a thing. So,
Oh yeah.
who do you guys think goes over?
It has to be Sasha. It's not,
Yeah.
then again, I will go nuts. I'm obviously, like, cancelling my network subscription, I was being sarcastic there, but I will be considering it if those two decisions happen at the same time. Like, I would be definitely considering it now. Then,
Quick question. Why is Dana Brooke paired up with Charlotte? It does not make her any better.
because of her boobs, her nice luscious boobs. We need to see them every week. Come on, don't be hasty.
She's
Yeah.
so green though. Like I thought she was okay.
Oh, true.
I thought she was okay in NXT, but now that she's on the main roster, she's very, very nervous.
Yeah, but she's Charlotte's eye candy, and I can't take my eyes off her. So
Charlotte's eye candy.
she.
What are you talking?
No, yeah, Dana Brooke's eye candy, not Charlotte. Charlotte's sort of ugly, no offense. Sort of.
That's okay. Becky Lynch.
Sasha Banks is pretty though. Sasha Banks is banging. Like, if I met her in a nightclub, she'd definitely be the one I'd seek out to have a quickie in the back.
Oh.
Oh, I'm a bloody nasty person, aren't I? I have nasty thoughts, don't I?
Oh, what's worse? You just saying that or calling Asuka your love monkey?
Oh yeah, my love muffin. Oh, no, please. I will literally, no. Actually, I won't spread my love juice around.
Alright, quick question.
Which is not what you think it is, you dummies.
Alright, quick question for you. If Asuka and Sasha Banks was in the same room and you could only pick one, who would it be?
You bastard! You bastard! Both. If I had that choice. If I didn't, I'd take Asuka. Because she's my love monkey. Come on. She's my spirit animal. Whatever the kids say. Back to my day. The WWF was actually good. The WWE was actually good. Oh shit. Yeah, Asuka, but all the way. I love my Japanese women.
Are you sure about that?
That's some behind the scenes stuff that we don't need to know, that we are not going to talk on to the podcast. That's all behind the scenes that people don't need to know.
Oh well. Fuck it, why not behind the scenes release? I'll release it. Well, fuck it, why not? My channel's uncensored. more than yours. More uncensored than yours.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah. Anyway, SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. What other matches do you guys think will be confirmed for this one?
Well, Miz and what's his face? Miz and is it not Apollo Crews, is it?
Yeah, it's Apollo.
Yeah.
Crews. I forgot.
Oh, it is. Oh,
That is confirmed.
yeah.
So.
Well, I had SmackDown last night.
Right.
There's no spoilers here because it is live, only on USA or Sky Sports in the UK or Sky Sport in Germany or J1 in Japan or whatever. all these bloody countries. Why can't we all just have the USA network? So much easier.
So I will say this is probably going to be way better than the match at Battleground between Miz and Darren Young.
Make Darren Young shit, which they are succeeding.
Pre-show match, Darren Young versus Titus O'Neil. Just telling you guys that right now.
I'm skipping the pre-show.
Skip.
And Mauro Ronaldo better be on the main show for commentating for SmackDown and not the pre-show.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be disgusting if that's the case. If he's not on the main show.
They really should separate the commentary booths for like each match, since SummerSlam is a multi-brand.
Yeah, but the only thing I'd see, like have the multi-team of Mauro Ronaldo commentating for multi-brand matches, Mauro Ronaldo, Corey Graves, and if you have to chuck Michael Cole in there, do that, but do not chuck in JBL, otherwise I will fucking rant like a motherfucker on this podcast, and you will never hear the end of it.
Michael Cole,
Ever.
Graves, and Mauro Ronaldo.
It'd be a separate podcast of 5 hours of just ranting about JBL and his shit commentating. I'm gonna get blocked by JBL, you know that.
He was actually very quiet last night.
For when he spoke, he was louder than bloody anyone else.
Well, I mean,
Don't know what about quiet.
it was mostly Ronaldo and David Otunga. David Otunga.
Oh, can't he just go back to wrestling if he's not injured,
That's true.
please? So you're actually somewhat decent at that.
That's
Yeah.
I think Roman Reigns and Rusev will also be on the SummerSlam pay-per-view. If Reigns
I'm
goes
gonna
over Whoopie-Doo, like, I don't care.
Imagine Roman Reigns versus Rusev pre-show.
Rusev Muja, Rusev Machka.
I'm probably gonna
Rusev
say
lose the title to Roman Reigns Machka.
I'm probably gonna take a punt and say Club New Day.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes.
tag titles. I hope Anderson and Gallows get
Gallows win. Yes.
Yeah.
new. As much
That is a PWW approved statement.
like I like the New Day and all, but they've been tag champs for long enough.
Yeah.
Anything, there should have been a tag match at WrestleMania this year, and they should have lost.
Yeah, but that means losing to League of Nations at the time.
Not even League of Nations. I would have put the Whites in there instead of making them job out to Cena and Rock.
No, they wouldn't have done that.
Well, one can hope and try to book it themselves, right?
Yep. Oh no, that's done by what culture? Never mind.
Yeah, Adam from What Culture. Try to do it better. Try to do it better than Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Not happening, sir.
Can't get the famous ding.
I actually like that series, honestly, because it actually is good. But try to do it better, Adam. Try to do it better.
Mind you, like, obviously I like the censored. I like the fact that it was censored, but the punishment of the battleground predictions, where he got bare bottom smacked by Kim Ross.
Did he really?
Yes. And I think no, Simon didn't do it. I wish he did. That man he's a mountain of a man, and he's training to be a professional wrestler as well. So
Did he really?
they'll actually have a What Culture staff member who's actually a wrestler. Soon. Hopefully.
It's pretty cool.
There you go. SummerSlam!
SummerSlam. I think that's like pretty much all that would be on the match card, honestly.
We didn't say who was going to win out of Charlotte and Sasha.
Oh my god! Wow. Okay, Charlotte, Sasha. Sasha? My bad. Who wins?
I want it to be Sasha, but I'm thinking it's going to be Charlotte.
I'm gonna.
New era, same old shit.
I'm gonna.
No, alright, no, actually I'll change it. I will go fully with Sasha, hoping that WWE would not fuck up.
I'm gonna be honest. I want Becky Lynch to be the women's champion, but that's.
Because she's going to be the women's champion of SmackDown, Michael.
That's true. And that's just my unbiased opinion. It's not like I like Becky Lynch or anything.
No, they're gonna make the new women's champion the most bodacious, stylish, bombacious, and best woman to walk in this or any
Why
arena.
am I letting you
Eva Marie.
stop you as soon as you said that?
You knew I was gonna say, because that's what's being rumored right now. In those, it's actually gonna happen.
Dirt sheets are saying that Eva Marie is going to be the women's champion of SmackDown.
Soon, yes. You would be upset with yourself.
I would be very upset if Eva Marie
Yes.
became.
That is more appropriate.
I'll add that out because trigger warnings for days probably.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if Eva Marie becomes SmackDown champion,
They'll make Eva Marie great.
she'll benefit of
She will always be green. She's just a model with big circular round things on her chest.
Oh,
That's all she is.
quote my mom when she saw Eva Marie last night on SmackDown. Oh my, alright. Yes. 'Cause-
Right.
I'm just glad that you've actually got your mum to watch wrestling. I can never do that.
okay, here's the thing.
Oh, my mum's been to me for wrestling. Mind you, it was TNA.
Well, I had it on in the family room, and like she watches it occasionally. It's kind of funny. She's actually getting more into wrestling now since I've been talking about it. She even mentioned that I should get a frame for the Nakamura autograph. I was like, wow. Okay. And she even
Sweet.
tried pronouncing Shinsuke Nakamura, and she was close. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I don't mention family members much on my YouTube.
Just at WrestleMania, if Nakamura's on it, get the Japanese guy, just like hire the like New Japan guy just to do it for that show only. That'd just be amazing.
That's why you stole my line, you fucking bastard. I've said that before. On Twitter as well. So yeah, you bastard. Yes, I definitely agree with that because that was my statement. Copyright infringement on my own on our own podcast. How rude!
Jeez.
How rude!
If this was a Cinema Sins, that would be just...
Yeah, Cinema Sins expansion. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would cost 1 million sins.
Christian Miracle up in here.
Anyway, that Nakamura Shinsuke guy with the big spiky hair and doesn't give a fuck what he wears. He's just awesome. He needs to be at WrestleMania announcing Nakamura and other Japanese superstars if they compete. That needs to be a thing. Like now. Please.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to wrap it up for the podcast. Do you guys have any last things to add?
Watch wrestling.
True.
Enjoy your week.
That is also true.
And hopefully be back next week.
Amen.
Don't
9 months later.
Don't hold us to that one. We know what we're all like, okay?
Right.
Yeah, but we'll try. We'll try our very best.
We always try. That's why I say almost weekly. Because
Yes.
it pretty much is almost weekly. Anyway, enough bashing ourselves. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly. If you did, and you're on my YouTube channel, please make sure to slam that like button below. Subscribe to make sure that this video hits your sub box. Don't forget to follow all of us on Twitter, including the official PWW Wolfpack Twitter account. I'll leave that link in the description down below so you guys can follow it for updates. Make sure to subscribe to all of our channels and turn on notifications to know when our videos hit our channels. Also, if you're on my YouTube channel listening to this, make sure to head on over to InnerWrestlingNerd.com for the latest articles of WWE news, 2K17 coverage, Pro Wrestling Weekly, all exclusive to Inner Wrestling Nerd, which is pretty cool. I'm very thankful for them for giving us the opportunity to share our content with them. I'm very thankful for that. Very appreciative. So thank you. Also check out SLTD Wrestling, another proud, group that we can kind of shout out. You guys can also do their fantasy league or fantasy predictions league, as Josh corrected me in the last podcast.
They do both.
What did you say?
They do both. They actually do a predictions league for pay-per-views, and then they do an actual fantasy league for week-to-week things.
Oh.
But it's varied, isn't it? They have seasons and sort of stuff. And I know the predictions league's just started. I couldn't remember when the fantasy league was starting.
It's coming up to week 5, I think, now.
Oh, it's already started. So there's no point. Is there any point? I don't think there's any point in joining then, is there? Now.
You've still got a chance because of the brand split and stuff. So.
Okay, well then, yeah, please join.
Exactly.
You know what I just said? Please join right now. in the link in the description. Right now, click it. Otherwise, we'll be sad.
Yeah.
By the way, I feel like I need to put a disclaimer out there just because we are not being paid to say any of this.
No.
Oh, I wish!
We are all proud to share these people's Twitters and what they do to you guys because
Because we actually use these people. We're not faking this shit.
exactly.
Hashtag spawn.
Plus, I'm part of the SLTD crew, so I know him very, very well. Just saying.
So yeah, this is not box.
Exactly. So we're very proud to shout them out and very thankful for the services that they give out to contribute to the wrestling community. So there we have that. A little disclaimer there in case you guys thought we were being paid for whatever reason. So that is going to wrap it up. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Make sure you catch up on all things wrestling, including Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Cruiserweight Classic, whatever you watch. Maybe New Japan, Ring of Honor, whatever you guys do. Please make sure to watch wrestling this week because honestly, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan, no matter where you're at. So you guys hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Peace.